Tonight, a K-File exclusive, the Trump administration standing by its controversial nominee to lead the Office of Special Counsel, Paul Ingrassia, even after K-File reported on Outfront last week about Ingrassia's history of racist social media posts and ties to a prominent white nationalist. A senior administration official is now telling CNN that Ingrassia has the backing of, quote, many Jewish groups. So CNN contacted those groups. Two said they don't support his nomination. Some say they haven't heard of him at all. Two initially said they opposed Ingrassia, but then later backtracked. So at the center of all of this is a 30-year-old attorney with less than a year of government experience, now in line to lead one of the federal government's top watchdog agencies. K-File first reported that Ingrassia once claimed that straight white men are the most intelligent demographic. He also attacked Trump's rivals on social media, including calling Nikki Haley a, quote, insufferable bitch, and referring to Ron DeSantis, who is not gay, as de homo. Well, K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now with his latest report. Andrew, all of that, of course, disturbing to sit here for me to actually read those posts that somebody actually put out there. What is the administration saying in response to your reporting in defense of Ingrassia?
Well, Aaron, the administration has defended Ingrassia by saying that he had the support of, quote, many Jewish groups. I want people to look at the statement that a senior administration official gave CNN last week. It says, quote, he has the support of many Jewish groups and has been a steadfast advocate for Jewish causes and personnel during his time working for the Trump administration. So naturally, we asked the administration for the names of these groups, and ahead of this our story, they gave us the name of two groups that they said were supporting Ingrassia. One was the Holocaust Memorial Council. That's the board that oversees the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C., but that group is a non-political, non-partisan body. It is a 501c3 nonprofit, and its chairman told CNN this, quote, the museum and the council do not take positions on nominees. We're a non-political and non-partisan organization. The administration also pointed towards the Zionist Organization of America and its leader, Mort Klein. Now, when CNN first reached out to a spokesperson for Klein, they told us not once but twice that Klein had never heard of Ingrassia, that he had not endorsed him. Then, after publication of our story, we got a new statement from Klein clarifying that after speaking with Ingrassia, he was now supporting his nomination. The administration subsequently, after our story, then gave us the name of two more groups that they said or supposedly said were supporting Ingrassia. One was an organization called the Israeli Defense and Security Forum. That is an Israeli-based advocacy group, and their CEO and international relations director told us two things. One, that they had never heard of Ingrassia, and two, that they only focus on Israeli security issues, telling us, we wish that we could be more helpful, but as you probably know, IDSF is an Israeli NGO that focuses on Israeli national security. We're really not a relevant organization to be addressing the viability of a candidate for the Office of Special Counsel. None of us in the IDS staff had even heard about him, Paul Ingrassia, before you mentioned him. And then lastly, Aaron, this last group was the Israel Heritage Foundation. I spoke to their executive director last week on Thursday. He said he didn't even know who Ingrassia was. They weren't supporting him. Then a few days later, the group's president called us in a reverse course and said that the group was actually supporting him.
All right, so all of these calls and this information coming, of course, because of your reporting, Andrew, and you reported on the show last week about Paul Ingrassia's history of racist rhetoric and extremist views. I mentioned some of that in the introduction, but tell me more.
Well, as you mentioned, he's just 30. He just passed the bar last year, and his only government experience is a little bit over 6 months as a political appointee in this Trump administration, and then he had done an internship during Trump's first term. Now, he is being nominated to lead the Office of Special Counsel. That is an agency that is really meant to be independent from politics and protect federal whistleblowers. And what we found that while his resume is pretty thin, his online footprint really is not. We found a pattern, a very long pattern of racist, sexist, and conspiratorial rhetoric. I want people to look at a little bit of it. That included defending conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, sharing 9/11 truther content, tweets from a podcast that he had hosted that was calling for martial law after the 2020 election. And Aaron, this is really what triggered the administration's pushback to our story. We reported on Ingrassia's ties to Nick Fuentes, the white nationalist and a Holocaust denier that included video of him at a Fuentes rally, which Ingracia said he just stumbled on, post defending Fuentes after he was banned from Twitter, and then anti-Israel rhetoric from Ingracia's podcast in 2020 that was attacking the GOP for giving money to Israel, saying the GOP needed to, quote, stop shilling for Israel, and that money for Israel added, quote, salt to the wound. We did reach out to the administration. We asked about all this yesterday. We asked them to comment. They didn't comment on the record. Ingracia, after our story, did an interview with Fox News where he called our article, quote, hit piece, and said that he was not an anti-Semite. But as goes with some of these things, he did not dispute any of the facts in the article.
All right, Andrew, thank you. And of course, as you've said, you know, we referred to Ron DeSantis as de homo from your reporting and had claimed straight white men are the most intelligent demographic. So all of that amidst of the other reporting that you just shared today. Thank you, Andrew. And next, the sad news tonight, a very well-known face to all of us.